This is a first look and mini review of the Targus 360 rotating case and stand. I picked this case up for $59.99 at Best Buy and picked it up the same day that I picked up the Targus protective cover and stand, which I reviewed earlier. So the big selling point and the difference between the two cases is that this one can rotate 360 and will allow you to view your iPad within the stand in a vertical stance, which could be handy for viewing newspapers, magazines, and the like. As you kind of look at the case, it's very similar to the protective cover and stand. Single stitching. I think the front cover is just slightly thicker, not much thicker than the other case prior. But there is a plastic tray that you actually slip the iPad in. Of course, the spot for the Apple logo is hollowed out, so there is no protection there. So you have to keep that in mind. So with that, you slip the iPad in, and I found it much easier than the other Targus protective cover and stand case, which I reviewed. You just snap it into place. So it goes in much quicker, much easier. And I think the channel grooves, the grooves that you use to hold the iPad up, work and are much deeper, or at least slightly deeper enough where it feels a bit more secure to me. And again, I tapped on the side, and you can tell that it's not moving a whole lot. That's in its the position closest to you, and then the next position back is a little less sturdy, but I don't risk, and I don't think you'd risk it tipping over or anything like that. Of course, the big selling point is that this will rotate 360 degrees, and in particular, it will allow you to move it into a vertical stance, again, for reading web pages or newspapers or magazines, which is kind of a cool feature to have. But here's the problem. As you can see, and I think this depends on your taste, but to move it, it is a bit clunky. And I mean, realistically for me, I'm not sure it's a great idea. If you need a case like this to rotate around, then it's probably the only option currently. But for me, it is kind of a hassle, the way in which you have to kind of rotate it on its axis to do it. But again, kind of a nifty feature to have, but you do trade off for a bit more thickness than the previous Targus case that I reviewed. Now, again, it's fairly sturdy. I didn't feel at any point that it would fall over. It was just a little awkward twisting it around, and I don't know that over time, if this twisting makes it a bit more loose, that'd be something you have to watch to see. You can use the band to secure the case, but here's an interesting catch. There's a gap when you close it. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little bent in the center. See how I kind of push it back, trying to close it? It's not as tight, and I'm not sure if this is just a defect in the case that I had, or if it's just the way the case is made, but certainly be mindful of this when you purchase it.